Yes.
Well, do you know about his worm problem as a kid?
Go on.
Right. What I can remember is he had worms as a kid. Not sure how you get him. He never answered me. He was getting a bit touchy about it.
Right.
This is like the second time I met him. I think he was a bit annoyed that Ricky told me about his problem.
What
Yes.
now? Straight away, you not being there, instinctively, what do you think went on with this story about worms?
My suspicion is rather like when you told a group of people that Robin had once suckled milk from a cow's udder.
Yeah.
Did you mention that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. My suspicion is that, like the cow story, the worm story is not true.
But
And
why would he get so sort of uppity about it?
Well,
Because it's not true.
Imagine if that wasn't the first time he'd done it. Imagine if he did that every single time he was with somebody for the first time and Robin was just met them. He will tell that story to anyone.
But they do say there's no smoke without fire.
Oh, Robin! I also told him that the way Robin cured these worms was because the doctor told his mother, right, to hold a piece of ham or cheese near Robin's anus so the worms would come out for the food, and he believed it.
I'll tell you why, though.
I said to Robin used to sit on Spam to try and get the worms out, and he believed it.
But Steve, right, do you remember that story about 3 or 4 years ago where there was some bloke in the army? He went away to somewhere, Vietnam or whatever. He was messing about in the woods.
Messing about in the woods? Shouldn't he have been fighting?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right, and he walked through some lake, and I think he cut his toe or something on something, and some worm of some sort crawled in the gash.
Yeah.
And it was in his body, and the doctor said, we've got to get this out of your body. So what they did was, they said, right, the thinnest part or something of your body that things can crawl through is on the top of your head. So they wrapped
Where the skull is.
So they wrapped some bacon.
No, they didn't!
They did. That's
right.
thing. Everyone...
So he's gone in by the toe. So what we do is, I'll tell you what, that worm's probably heading straight for the head. We'll put a bit of bacon on it. The thinnest part of the body is the skull. Of course it's not the thinnest part of the body. It's where your brain case is, isn't it? It's the skull.
There was a reason for it. And it was like they stuck some bacon on his head. And
As ever, the vital piece of information, i.e. the reason, Carl seems to have forgotten.
Because the worm was in his body, and they said everyone likes the smell of bacon.
Including worms.
Even a Vietnamese lake worm. They love
bacon.
Remember last week when I said about the little fella with the bone with no brain, and you were proved wrong?
No. We were saying it wasn't a little fella. We were saying it was a stillborn child. It wasn't a little fella.
You're changing it now. You weren't having any of it last week.
Right, hang on a minute. I'm getting confused. There was a Vietnamese snake that went inside of a soldier.
A little, like, maggot or some sort that you have to get out of your body because it causes problems.
Yes, and so in order to get it out of the body, they strapped bacon to his head.
Yeah.
That is great. This doctor...
And did that work?
I think so. They had a picture of him smiling.
Oh, God, what, the worm or the bloke?
The bloke.
Oh, dear.
Honestly, I hope someone knows the story. And it was about 3 years ago, I reckon.
Okay.
And, it did work.
G.I. Bacon.
So this is why I went...
So what, the worm burrowed out of his head to get the bacon?
Get to the bacon.
Right. That's great.
So this is why when Robin was telling his story, I was a little bit disappointed if it wasn't true.
Right.
Because in a way...
You know Robin's never been to Vietnam.
No, but what do you really think that Robin... Well, as Robin said at the time, Carl, why would I sit on ham, then tell Ricky Gervais? It's a very good point.
Because if he was a kid, you do daft things like that as a kid.
Right.
He is the telling Ricky Gervais, though.
Yeah. And then, bless him.
Okay.
And then anyway, Robin left, and I tried to chase him, but he got away. He knows. And then we had a few pints, and then Carl embarked on some of the greatest stories ever told. Can you tell the story about your dad?
Let me run it by... I haven't spoke to him all week, so let me run it by him.
Okay, play records.
Because,
What we got?
We've got one of Steve's.
Yeah, well,
tunes.
bizarrely enough, this comes from the Teachers 2 soundtrack, the soundtrack to the current TV series. There's a slight whiff of nepotism in the air.
Yeah.
Rick, would you like to explain why?
Well, that's why you're doing it. No, my girlfriend worked on it. But
Yeah.
you were going to play this anyway, weren't you?
Well, I was actually. Bizarrely enough, I was going to play some I Am Clute, and this is from, as I say, the Teachers soundtrack. This is called To You. It's a good track. That's I Am Clute, a track called To You from the Teachers soundtrack. That's also got, I noticed the Electric Soft Parade, The Hives, Star Sailor, Feeder, Turin Breaks, Mercury Rev on there. It's a good little collection.
Lovely. Carl has just had confirmation. He's looking smug because someone phoned up and went, it is true. It's a Laogai chi worm and you wrap bacon around your head. That's all the bloke knew as well.
Yeah.
And his name was Gary.
Yeah.
So I'm not having it.
No.
And he said, see, that's why the Robin thing isn't so weird. He said, but when you said he tried it with cheese, he said I was having none of it. He's got standards. You believe in ghosts and warlocks and licking toads. Why is that any more stupid and all those things?
It's not going to work, is it?
All right.
Fine.
It's rubbish.
Okay.
Okay, what about this then? There's apparently now available £1.5 million apartments available on an exclusive ship which sails around the world.
Yeah, it's like
What do you make of that?
it's a huge thing, and you live on it, and it's. I mean, in theory,
How big is it?
it's mental.
Do you know
it's
when-
like
Huge
a
luxury
town
liner.
centre.
Do you know how
Because-
like people said that the Titanic was the biggest ship? Was that only then? They've got
Yes.
bigger ones now, haven't they?
Yeah,
A lot bigger.
oil tankers are much bigger, and yeah.
No, but actual
Liners are bigger. Yeah. It was the biggest then. Yeah.
Because my mum told me that there was one that was that big that it had like rough areas on it.
Oh, don't go starboard.
Oh God!
No, but do you know what I mean?
Great.
It was like
we're thinking of moving. We're seeing
Yeah.
the captain. We're thinking of moving to a nicer area. Oh
Yeah. I've heard they're very rough in aft.
Oh God! Oh, that's
They steal your
fantastic.
tyres.
A ship so big that was rough areas. Oh,
How big is this one that you're talking about?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't give me the specifications here, but
they're
it's huge.
huge. They're huge. In theory, I mean, it's that thing with it's obviously marketing, but they're going to solve the overpopulation crisis, where soon we'll all just be floating around the sea.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I can see that.
Shining, yeah, on XFM 104.9. We're doing White Van Carl. Got another one there?
Well, it's just your thoughts really on the Queen Mum's very British send-off that she was given this week.
Yeah.
What do you make of all those people queuing up to see her? Did you think that was incredible?
Right. Well, what we said last week, there was I don't quite understand why there was so many people there who were like getting really upset. Do you know what I mean? Really upset, crying and stuff. And you can lose someone who's like related to you, and you don't cry like that. You sort of sit there and you think back to what you did with them and stuff, and then that's it. But the queue thing, wasn't it like miles long and stuff?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Right. I was sat watching this with Susan.
12 hours queuing.
Yeah.
It never got to
And
12 hours.
It did, but
It
that was
did.
the estimated time.
No,
but how long is a queue when they're just like, walking along? Think how far you can sort of like, stagger in 12 hours.
Incredible.
It's been ridiculous. God.
Yeah. But again, if they want to do that, it's their time and that, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it was at the weekend, so they could have, it's not as if they got out of work to do it.
No.
You know what I mean? They used their own time, so good on them. But I thought, right, what they could have done, remember when I studied Che Guevara?
Yeah.
Right? And don't be offended by this, it was just an idea, because they did it with Che Guevara. Remember when they cut him up?
Yes,
remember?
they cut him up, yeah.
What was the reason for cutting him up?
Well, they cut up Che in order to try and... you told us that they were going to send bits of his body to Fidel Castro and various other people, wasn't that right?
As a warning, wasn't it, though, to all the people, like one to...
Yeah, my understanding was that they cut him up in order to so they could bury him in different places, so that there'd be one shrine. There'd be not one place that you could go to in order
Right.
to
Well, a
sort
little
of make
bit
him into
like
a
that.
martyr.
A little bit like that. I've like
I can
6
vaguely
queues.
see where this is going.
6 queues, and it's like, number 1, you can, go and pay respect to her head, or whatever.
Oh, God.
No, but I just was thinking the way of speeding it up. I'm not having a go, I'm not, because they haven't done it, so it doesn't matter. But
God.
they did it with Che Guevara.
Yeah.
Everybody would have felt like they've got close to her, and it would have speeded it up.
No, I mean, but I can understand.
Can I just
the
say
head.
that genuinely, Carl is not being disrespectful here. This is his best idea to cut down the queues. So don't phone in. He's not suggesting we should have done this. He genuinely is. But I mean, he's not doing it to be nasty or wacky or you know. He thinks this is a good idea. So
can I just throw a thought at Che Guevara, who was like a powerful man who did a lot for the world and what have you.
Yeah.
And
are you aware that I feel slightly responsible for this because have you heard of the quote, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Steve, next one.
No, just a very quick question. I can understand those that have queued for 12 hours to see the head. I'd be a little bit annoyed if I got there to find a toe.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what they could do without chopping her up. They could put about 9 queues. Each could see each hip she had.
That's true enough.
Because she'd had about 9 of them.
Yeah.
So it'd just be, if you want to see the whole body, it's a 12-hour queue. If you just want to see a couple of the hips.
Here's another suggestion for you, I've just thought, right?
What?
Instead of everyone queuing to see her, why not put her on a trolley and wheel her past everyone else?
Running. So
you could have some students on Rag Week and you combine it, like when they're always pushing a bed. You know, they could just run it along the queue.
No, that'd
be fantastic.
That'd be disrespectful.
Right, as opposed to the chopping up.
So
sure.
No,
Right.
but just an idea.
Just I apologise now. If anyone's offended.
Anyone offended, I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
No, okay, we just do White Van Karl then. This is your opinions. You can't be wrong on this, can you?
There's no right or wrong answer here. Okay.
Right.
But so this is where we ask Karl his views on the big news stories of the week. Basically, we've stolen an idea from the Sun newspaper, and
So this isn't cruel, this programme, is it?
I don't think so.
picking on me.
It's not, is it?
It's weird because a few people have said, "Oh, you're picking on me." It depends how you look at things, isn't
Sure.
it?
Yeah. But you do like it.
We could look at it like it's a laugh, so it's not a problem for us.
You know we like you. You know you're our favourite.
Yeah.
I'm going to say thing in the world, but I don't mean that, in a derogatory way.
No, I'm cool with it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So your views, please, on the fact that attitudes are changing to the possible marriage of Charles and Camilla.
Oh, what do you think of that?
The roars at the moment, because the recent tragedies are apparently high in the polls, and people are coming around to the idea of Charles and Camilla getting hitched. What's your thought?
Whatever, really. I mean, if they're happy with it. The thing that comes out of it most is it just goes to show, right, that there is someone for everyone. Just because, I mean, no disrespect to Camilla, I'm not a good-looking person either, but she isn't a stunner, and yet she's gone and picked up a royal. Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's good for things like that to happen, because it cheers you up. Do you know what I mean? Gives you a bit of hope.
Thanks, Karl.
So yeah, it's good. If they're happy, if anyone's happy, it's a good story, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's had a bit of bad luck, and now he's got someone else in his life. So
While he's doing this, I'm just doing a list of questions to ask him what he thinks of things in the world. Is that all right?
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Okay, what about this then? Are you disappointed by the nation that a third of us are apparently unaware of St. George's Day?
23rd.
is St. George's Day the one with the snakes that we've talked about?
No, that's...
Are you one of that third, do you think?
St. George is the patron saint of England who killed the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many of these days, isn't there? That's the problem. If you make it a bit more special, like Christmas, so you buy presents and that for each other, then people will remember it. But there's so many of these days with Easter and Pancake Tuesday and all that. So it's not surprising. I think as time goes on, we'll find that a lot of these days will just disappear because, you know, people are busy.
There'll be new ones, won't there?
Right. White Van Karl. Karl, it's you, White Van Karl.
Yeah, this is where we steal the White Van Man column from The Sun and basically fire those questions at Karl, getting his opinions on the week's news. Okay, Karl. Okay, what do you make of this? David Beckham apparently was driving despite having an injured foot and just further threatening his World Cup chances. Hey, obviously, you're a big football fan.
Well, I'm not that big. I like the odd game.
Sure.
Would that hurt him? Would that hurt his foot?
It can't be good.
Is it in a plaster? It's not
it's
a big
it's,
cast,
sure,
is
it's
it?
better to drive than it is to walk on it.
Good point.
Fair enough, yeah.
Go on.
Can't argue with
Can't
that.
get the bus, can he?
Okay, and what do you make of this fascist leader who's having a lot of success in the French presidential elections?
What's he doing?
Have you not come across this story?
No.
Right, this is one of the big political
So
stories.
he's got a far right that got nearly 20%.
He's a far-right fascist leader, and he's having considerable success in the French elections.
I don't think we should be asking Karl questions like this.
Not something you've got to...
I'm getting scared.
There's all sorts of bad stuff going on in the world that we don't know about.
Yeah.
But we know about this.
Yeah, but you're better off not knowing because there's nothing I can do about it.
You're absolutely right, Karl. Fair enough.
I can't argue with that.
Oh,
God,
man
that's
alive.
fantastic. That is brilliant.
White van.
Yeah, White Van Carl. I mean, for those that don't know, we do this.
We ask
week.
Carl the questions that the Sun asked someone else.
That's right. The Sun every day asks some, average Joe his views on the week's big stories. Carl, let me ask you now. What do you make of Prince Harry smoking openly at a polo club? Are you aware of this story?
No. Was it? Go on.
Prince Harry, you know that he's one of the royals.
Yeah.
And he was seen smoking openly, a fag, a cigarette, a polo.
Third in line to the throne.
Something like that, yeah.
Imagine that. Someone smoking a cigarette who's third in line to the throne.
A cigarette, Carl.
Is it a non-smoking polo club?
Do you know, I don't know, but if it were, would that make things even worse for you?
Well,
No,
yeah.
seriously, what do you make of it? This is, the whole, the furore is he's a role model, he's a royal. Should he be seen puffing away in a public place?
I don't think it matters, does it?
Not a concern for you?
How old is he? Is he old enough to smoke?
I think he probably is, yes.
Right, yeah.
Well,
fine.
I think the trouble with this role model thing, with anything that's legal, it should either be illegal or not.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can impose things like that, because you could say that it is bad for you, and it is bad to start smoking, and it really is bad for you, it causes cancer and everything.
But everyone knows that, don't they?
Well, yeah, but you should either make it illegal or shut up about it. So this is Carl you're asking, isn't it?
I am indeed. So we can throw these questions your way as well if you fancy.
Sorry, yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
But Carl, what are your views generally? I mean, it's obviously cigarettes are perfectly legal and so on, but what about stronger narcotics? Because I know you're very scared of drugs and stuff, aren't you?
I'm not a fan. I don't
No, what's your concern? What's your worry?
Just like you might get into them. It's like you might have them and go, oh, this is all right.
Exactly, Carl. Exactly.
Although I was talking to you about it earlier, and you weren't very sympathetic about a lot of young people who have perhaps gone to crack or smack. You didn't you describe it as their own fault?
Sometimes it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I could have turned to it where I grew up, but I said, well, don't want to do that. It's not good for you.
Sure.
And I avoided it.
You turn to ghosts.
So you've got no sympathy for anyone who's a drug addict? It's their own fault, is your...
It depends, doesn't it?
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? You can be an addict if, I don't know, something... I'm trying to think of a nice way that
Well,
you
most
might end
people
up...
start on stuff like that because something really traumatic's happened to them. Very few people go out for a laugh one night and go, let's all try it.
Sure.
So, but... Yeah.
Just say no, I suppose, is the
Just say
attitude
no.
in the end.
Listen to the cast of Grange Hill.
Now, this will scare you. Now, Carl, you will be a little bit unnerved about this. Have you seen the film Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
You know what happened there? Well, according to the Sun here, it says scientists are planning to clone mammoths for a theme park. Look at his face. Look at that. He looks like a dog caught in the headlights of a car. He's terrified.
I love Carl.
He's sprung to attention
Carl.
there.
Is that the best news you could have?
Man moths.
Right,
Yeah, man moths.
I
Man
love
moths.
the fact that that's why he was so excited that they bred a man moth. What is this? Yeah, it's a human being that hides in your wardrobe and eats an entire jacket in a day.
Yeah.
What do you mean, man moths? Mammoths. Mammoth, the big hairy
Have you heard
cow
of a
from the
mammoth?
Ice Age. I mean, elephant.
You're not so excited about that, then? You can take or leave bringing back mammoths to life, but a man moth...
A man moth is a different matter. Oh, if we'd have never brought that up, he'd have gone and told someone now.
Yeah.
They've bred an half man, half moth.
This
and
is
that's
what
how,
we
This is how
mean.
things start.
This is what we mean when you hear these ghost
Are you
stories.
slightly deaf? Is that it? When you hear these stories, you're slightly deaf. And his head was in the basket, and he went, count how many times I blink. Is it?
Carl, is English your first language? Are you actually foreign? Is that the thing?
yeah.
Should we speak
when we say
slower?
foreign, we mean not of this planet.
Yeah. Should we speak slower? Would that be a help to you?
No, go on. Next
What do you
one.
make of that?
Do you think that's good?
No,
Go on.
It's ages ago.
Oh, yeah, literally.
Like knights who wore armour.
Okay.
That's armour going after something. That's how it came about.
Okay, armour.
They wore all the stuff and they had the helmet, and say if they're guarding something at night, stood outside a castle or something,
Yeah.
and there's probably going to be two of them, right? So they stood there talking and that, and talking about stuff, and
The future.
medieval stuff.
one of them was like, "Oh, we should shut up. I've been stood here for hours," and he's going on and on.
Yeah, sure.
So he'd say, "Shut your face," meaning shut the guard down on your helmet,
The visor.
and I can't hear you then. So shut your face.
Shut your face.
And that's how it came about.
Well, I suppose that's...
It would be interesting if I could just rely on it.
I'm not sure it's true.
I know, I just never know.
It needs to be corroborated.
It's like, I don't know where he got it from, but anything via Karl is precarious.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe you should give us your sources next time. You know, tell us where you got
I'll
this
tell you.
information from.
Got it off the internet.
Yeah, but where on the internet?
I can't remember where that one was. I mean, I always go through like the news pages and stuff, and
This news should be updated because they've only reached the 17th century, which was last week with people eating tomatoes off lead
but then
plates.
I look at,
Go on, right, okay.
like, what are you having?
What are they again?
Is the tip included?
Yeah, go on, that one.
Right. In Turkey,
Nice.
it's not, actually. That's where I went, and there was them little fellas after Suzanne in the kitchen.
What? What do you mean?
We went to Turkey.
You went to
And,
Turkey and there were some little fellas.
Well, they had quite a few sort of midgets working in the kitchen.
Why? Is it a theme?
No,
Was it a
it's
theme
just-
holiday?
I don't know. Might get them cheaper or something.
Was it...
So they were
get them
working,
cheaper?
They were working in the kitchen, and one of them fancied Suzanne and kept sort of eyeing her up, and she was winding me up saying, "Oh,
Not iron up and down, just eyeing her up.
anyway, no." So
What
anyway,
was she doing in the kitchen?
no, it's like a pick what you want to eat type buffet, but you have people clearing the tables and that ready for you to come along,
Are they low tables?
and you know, he was just keeping an eye on her.
What did he say though? Was he?
How did he
What
make
was he?
this
Was he?
clear?
It was Turkish, so I don't know what he was saying.
But he was. He was.
Little fella, yeah,
Did he talk
What do you
to her?
mean a little fella? What do you mean little fella?
sort of dwarf-like.
What do you mean dwarf like? He had magic powers or he was 4 foot?
No,
What do you mean,
A
Karl?
little bloke, just like a normal bloke, but small. If you stood him in the desert, you wouldn't know.
But he'd be hot and
nothing
says,
around
right, Karl.
You should
no,
watch
no,
out for the monkeys.
yeah, underground.
There's underground monkeys
Look,
are
look, you
dangerous.
can't just say there was a little midget fella who was eyeing up my girlfriend and then leave it. What do you mean? What was happening? This is a story to us. This is much more interesting to us than, and she was deaf, right, and she hit her head. That's much more
I don't
interesting.
understand how it manifested itself. Did he come over and say something?
No, do you know when it's like girls know, don't they? When someone fancies them.
What do you mean there was lots of them as well?
Do
then?
they? That's worth knowing.
Listen, right, come on, right. So you went into this holiday, yeah?
Yeah, wasn't
And you
that
went
good?
into the dining room or something?
Yeah, downstairs.
And
in
you
the
looked
dining
over
You thought,
room.
this is all, there's no one serving.
Yeah, and they go,
Wait a
oh,
minute.
hold on, you looked down and there was a little waiter.
There was loads of them running around busy.
Why, though? Why did
Because
they
it
get
was
the...
summer.
What do you mean?
Because it was
There was loads of them.
summer.
They had more of them
They
on.
come out in summer. They come out in summer.
What do you mean they had more... What do you mean?
Because it's busy, isn't it?
Well, no, but they
Summer.
hibernate in the
Why
winter.
were they all midgets?
I don't know, maybe it doesn't heat stunt your growth or something.
No!
Well, they just happened to, maybe it was a thing that they did for tourists or something, I don't know. I just got on with my meal. It was a holiday, do you know what I mean?
God.
Right,
So it's a midget serving. I'm not going to ask any questions.
Right, okay, yeah.
So they're all little fellas running around, and this one always was like, you know, oh, do you want a new serviette? You know what I mean? Going out of his way to sort of...
for turning on the charm.
Yeah, he was going out of his way. The others weren't.
Right. I think what was happening is he'd been working with Santa all the winter.
Yeah.
This is
Or
sort of little summer break.
This one
He
was
hadn't seen
your
a girl.
waiter, and so he was being polite to you.
Maybe.
But what did Suzanne say then?
Well, she was using it to wind me up.
What was she saying? Oh, he's...
Oh, just like, you know, look.
He may be small, but he's
Well,
built like a...
Yeah, he's all man.
so...
Were you jealous of a midget then? You were jealous of him?
It is a bit annoying, isn't it?
Why?
It wouldn't bother me as much now, because I've been with her for ages.
Right.
But at the time, that might have been one of our first holidays, and it's like, you
don't
know,
want everybody
what's going on?
stolen
I've
away
paid
by
for
it.
this holiday.
Yeah.
And then you get off with a midget?
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway,
But it doesn't matter because you got chatted up by a bearded lady. So.
yeah.
tell you what, no, that's got nothing to do with that.
What were you going to say?
What were you gonna
say? Monkey news, the final monkey news of the year, possibly. It's been a joy. I'd just like to say, on behalf of myself, Steve Merchant, and this little bald mank, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Yeah.
We should just point out as well, if you miss Rockbusters while we're away, yeah, right. You can log on to xfm.co.uk/Rockbusters, where you can actually see Karl himself introducing you to an interactive game of Rockbusters.
Looks very much like Blockbusters.
It does, surprisingly. But yeah, you can join into that.
And there's also, talking of monkey news, there's a link on the website. I'm trying to think where you go. I think if you go on my little biography bit, someone's done some animation to some old monkey news.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Should be
Great.
all right.
Yeah.
So if you're having withdrawal symptoms of monkey news, then you can find some classic
And it's
monkey news on
animated. Classic monkey
I feel
news.
drained today.
there. Do you?
Go on.
This is the strangest radio show in the world.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Because when we can do that, we can talk about this and go, oh, I feel drained today. Just like he's not, like no one's listening. Because that's the sort of thing you say socially and no one listens. Like just when you're watching up, oh, I feel drained today. It's rhetorical.
Yeah.
You're not expecting anyone, not even your loved ones, to go, oh, really? They just go, oh, that. But to do it live on air,
Yeah.
no one's listening.
What I mean is just give us a jingle.
But the
Exactly.
But the truth is,
the contempt we have for our poor listeners
but
is
the truth is, the
unbelievable.
listeners aren't listening, and
Yeah.
we don't want to be here. So this really is one of the most pointless things ever.
No, would have been quite happy to do a full show.
But you know
The
what?
flow of it's just.
I
nuts.
would love to listen to this back in 10 years. This actual show, let's keep this forever. Let's keep this show forever. The show, we went early, we were bored. It was the day we're trying to save Africa, but we're a little bit annoyed that no one's listening. Yeah, right. Right, once and for all, the final monkey news of
if
the
you're not-
year.
oh, go on.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, if you're not into the Live 8 and you're gay, you're not listening because you're on a walk.
Right, okay. Right. Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, there's this card game going on, right? in a big hotel in Vegas,
Right.
The Luxor Hotel in Vegas.
Yeah.
There's a major card game. All the big players and that
Sure.
were involved. Right, they're all invited. Anyway, so they all meet up in this dark room at the back of the.
Oh, there we go, dark room.
At the back of the-
They didn't work. They didn't see the little 4-foot hairy fella. It was brilliant at poker.
Like I say, it's a big game, and that everyone's been waiting for it. So it's played in the back room, not in the main entrance bit, right? So anyway, like I say, it's dark in there and what have you, and the players went in. There was already someone sat in there, right?
Right.
But they
Short bloke?
couldn't quite see
Was he
him.
a short hairy bloke with slightly longer arms than legs?
Couldn't see him.
Where
because
are his arms slightly longer than his legs?
couldn't see
Strangely
him. It had
enough.
been dark.
Was he
and what have you.
holding his hand of cards with his feet?
Anyway. So the cards were dealt, right? Cards were dealt. Game's going on.
His cards with his feet.
Game went on for hours, right? There was-
No one's listening. The terrible thing is that not even we're listening to Carl now.
I know.
Literally no one is listening
So
to Carl.
insulting.
There was a lot of smoking going on.
It's going on.
A lot of eating and nuts going on. That was a bit weird because they don't normally get through as many, but for this night. So, come on, let's just play Bruce.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you maybe at Christmas time.
Goodbye.
Yeah, right. Oh, it angered me that they.
Is there a lot of cheap housing in Leeds? Would that ruined it for him?
But it just was. I assume maybe she was squatting or something.
Oh, educating Ricky's getting smarter.
A couple of things happened in the week that I read about.
Okay.
Keeping up on what's going on and that.
Sure.
Yeah.
One was about that Galileo fella.
Okay.
Was it about 1636? Was it?
I think it might have been
not
earlier.
bad.
Go on.
Did some stuff with light and that. He
did lots of physical experiments, yeah.
Is that it then, Carl? Is it? He did some
sort of
stuff with light and that.
What did he do with light? What was that?
Well, I think he invented the first,
Telescope.
telescope. So I think it's a particular lens though, and he did experiments where he dropped famously two different, weighted, balls from Pisa, and, they hit the ground at the same time, showing that doesn't matter, the weight doesn't matter, air resistance does and stuff like that.
I think he probably explained it a bit better than that.
Yeah, but I'm talking to Carl.
Sure.
Did they need to know
He's
stuff?
just thinking about pizza.
Yeah.
Did they need to know stuff like that back then?
What do you mean, did they need to know stuff like that? It's just,
There weren't people going around going, I've got to drop these two things off the bleeding tower of pizza. I just don't know which one's going to land first.
yeah, I need to know. What do you need to
Bring me
know about?
Galileo.
Yeah,
It's for a bet.
yeah.
No, but if I was knocking about then, I'd be like, stop messing with that. We need a telly. Or, do you know what I mean?
I bet he thinks the Flintstones is real.
I know.
That'd be brilliant. That's what I'd do if I was a caveman. I'd make a telly out of rock.
Yeah.
And a pelican
And a
as
car
a
that I
cement
just
mixer.
ran along the road with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need a car.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't really got the internal combustion engine. Can you stick your feet through the bottom? Yeah, just get me a car, for Christ's sake.
Anyway, so I learned that. And
Yeah.
then,
What?
He learned his name.
Yeah.
Other people I learned the
Brilliant.
name of this week.
Oh, if a chimp could watch telly.
Right then.
One more fact from this book for you, Carl. Apparently, officially, the Second World War is not over. It's not actually over because there's never been an official treaty signed between Germany and Russia. So it's still going on. Interesting or not?
Not as good as the monkey one and the
woman who eats dirt.
and the Peter the Great and that.
Sure.
But yeah, it is over, isn't it? Isn't it though? That's what I mean about you annoying me with stuff that you go, oh, that's interesting. I don't think that is interesting.
Okay.
There was what was it I learnt?
What was it I learned? Think of that as a question.
Well, we're all trying to figure that out.
Yeah, go on.
Leonardo
DiCaprio?
the painter,
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, he could write with one hand, draw with the other at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
It's all right.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, if you have an interesting fact for Karl Pilkington that you think he might be intrigued by, email ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
What have we got coming up? What have we got coming up?
More education stuff, some good tunes and that.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, this is a question. I was discussing this yesterday. This is not a bit of shit. This is not a joke. I genuinely have always been slightly perplexed, and we were discussing it last night. The notion of the birds and the bees.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean, the birds and the bees. I understand how,
Why they use the birds and the bees?
Yeah, because, you see, I always, as a child, I never know. I assumed the bees were having some kind of relations with the birds.
No.
So what is there anything to do with the birds and the bees, or is it literally, just like a euphemism? It's just, the birds and the bees.
No, but they
Do the birds do anything with the bees?
No, not at all. It was where
they just take them out, they
it was where
schmooze them?
parents used to sidestep the issue by saying things like, when a lady blackbird and a man blackbird, they meet, right? They make a little nest, and then because they're in love, they have an egg.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I understand that. That makes sense. But why the bees? Why the birds and the bees?
Well, probably, I don't know.
I don't know. You see, within nature, forgive my ignorance, within nature there is no relationship between bees and birds, is there?
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Nothing's going on.
But probably what it was, if the parent found it hard to say, Daddy puts his penis at Mummy's vagina, it was much easier to say, like in the insect world, billions of them queue up and just fill the queen with spunk for about a day.
Sure.
Thus avoiding the embarrassing intercourse.
Exactly.
That's what I think, Carl. What do you think?
Were you taught about the birds and the bees? Did anyone bring that up with you?
No, it was
Carl?
just in that class, wasn't it, when they put a video on.
That's what we had. No, we had a film.
And they just said, I watched that. And then
What film, though? Basic Instinct?
It was just like, two people. And all sat round the telly and watched it. One girl fainted. And they said, right, that's that. Next week, prisms or whatever.
And did it teach you everything you needed to know?
Well, how much do you need to know?
Yeah, true. No, true. Except one kid in my class still thought a baby came out of an arse. Afterwards, he didn't understand.
I think what they should have shown on those videos is technique as much as anything.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Because it was largely just instructional.
Wooing. Wooing.
What it didn't tell you was how to get into a position where this might be of some interest. That should have been the first 4 weeks of the course.
Yeah, well, obviously that baby who had the kid who had a baby. What was going on there, Carl?
That was weird. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was going to be your favourite programme, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't that good in the end.
Why?
You told us about this story ages ago, didn't you?
Ages ago. I told you about a year ago about a baby that had a baby.
Yeah, it's a bit different, the baby that had a baby, isn't it? Whereas a Siamese twin with a breech actually just, developed inside him for, it wasn't even developing. It was a twin stillborn that just was inside, enveloped in the other one's body. So it's a little bit different to a baby what had a baby, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually disappointed he was. Do you know what he said to me? He went, well, I thought it was going to come out. And go, oh, bloody hell, I'm 7. What a waste of my life. Like he'd been in there going, oh, hello? Hello? 7? Idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit disappointing. But there was a programme on after that, right? At 10 o'clock on Discovery, and I haven't got Discovery.
Oh, right.
It was about...
Good?
Oh, I didn't see it. This is it. I was
yeah.
going to say to people, if they've got a copy of it on tape, if they can send it in.
What was it?
About a baby with 4 legs.
Right.
That was on at 10 on.
It wasn't a puppy.
No. Just,
What's it doing up there?
Yeah.
It's my baby. Oh, is it, Mum? All right, then,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. It's got 4 legs, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do have
Look,
4 legs.
Dad's gone. He's never coming back. You've got to get over it.
so if anyone's
It's
got
not a baby.
that, send it in.
Oh,
Right,
dear.
okay,
Send it in.
good.
So you want to take with a baby with 4 legs. You're going to be disappointed again. It's not going to be like a baby with 4 legs who's running up the curtains. You know what I mean? It's not going to be that. It's probably going to be 2 legs and then 2 sort of like floppy appendages. You know what I mean? They're not going to be brilliant. It's not going to be like Jake the Peg. You're going to be disappointed. Steve, I
Yes.
want to talk to you. I think it was, might have been Wednesday night. I was in the pub. Phone goes. Carl goes, "You watching that thing about parasites?"
Right.
I went, "No, I'm out." He went, "Oh, fella with a maggot in his head."
Fella with a maggot in his head.
Yeah. And they go, "Oh no, he's pulling it out now." Oh God. I said, "Well, I'll get it. I said, "Yeah, see you later." About 5 minutes later, I get a message on my phone. Beep, beep. I look at it. It just says, "Oh no, there's a fella with his fish up his cock now."
There's a fella with a fish up his cock.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Do you want to explain that, Carl? Is it one of those little ones that swim up if you're having a slash in the Amazon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird, isn't it? But it was still like stuff like that. It started off with
What does the fish do when it gets in there?
just sits there.
Why?
Well, what else can it do?
No, but why does it go up there?
Don't know. I didn't listen to that bit. But listen, it started off with a fella who had a bit of meat and got a tapeworm inside him.
Yeah.
And he grew it for however long, and then it came out at the end. It was about 7 foot long.
On purpose?
Yeah, he did it on purpose. Yeah, for the program, right?
I think probably slimming, isn't it?
Well, I was thinking that could I mean, you're a fan of Waller. Could he purposely have about 8 of them?
What, Rick Waller?
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
because they were saying how they eat, a lot of stuff when they're in you. They just eat all
Well,
of it.
they take enough so you don't die, and nor do they, yeah. But I mean, you've got to keep taking them out, haven't you? Because you'll still have the same weight, because it's got to go somewhere. So you'll have them in you. What you got to do is, like, let them eat your meal and then take them out.
Do you think worm watchers will catch on?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that happened, right? And then there was a woman with a maggot in her head.
A woman with a maggot in her head.
She went on holiday, it got in there somehow, and
Stowaway.
it it was massive. And the thing is, she had a hole in her head, and she's there being interviewed with the doctor, like, and you can see it just sort of sticking its head out. Like, do you know when you see a cartoon with a maggot in an apple,
Yeah.
and it looks around like that?
Yeah.
Why don't they just take it out there and then?
I think they could have done, but the doctor's messing about. It's like, well, it's good for the show, isn't it? And they left it in there. The rice is right.
The rice is right. Now, just run the rules past me again. We had to identify whether it was a Chinese meal.
rice or steamed rice? Well,
Either
actually, it was a Chinese restaurant or an Indian restaurant.
But is it true that you played this at home with your girlfriend and it was clear you could always tell which was which? Because one had an Indian sounding name and the other was Chinese sounding.
No, I managed it did work once. I managed to pick some sort of duck dish that
Yes.
sounded a bit Indian.
Right.
But then
Other
it's...
than that.
It wasn't
Fell apart.
Bombay duck, was it? Which is actually a piece of fish. You don't know. You don't know. He wouldn't let me put, that whipped cream in the fridge.
I saw that. I thought that's fun.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me put it on. He was shaming phone.
Oh.
Yeah, but every week we have this. Do you know the other week, Steve? I didn't tell you this, right? He comes in, straight away, I'm trying to talk about sorting the show out, what we're going to do, how we're going to keep it good for 2 hours and that. Grabs a pen, he says, "Let me draw 666 on your head."
Because you can see the scalp.
I said, "Don't do that." He goes, "All right, then how about we meet halfway, put 333. Every week it's the same thing.
But I quite like the cream. Did you get any cream on him at all?
No,
Is it the spray cream in the chicken?
Yeah, he said no. He
Carl,
said no.
can I just make some, just spray on some
rounds.
glasses? Just some round glasses on your face.
Father Christmas!
Hello.
It's nearly Christmas. Hello!
Come on, it is Ricky Gervais' show.
Yeah, should we play a record and then come back to this mayhem?
It's crazy mayhem.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters, All My Life on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
Indeed.
Genius Karl Pilkington, as
Yes.
Heat magazine said.
Really? Is that what
Yeah.
he's referred to now?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. Genius.
saying about people tune in just to hear his games, such as Educating Ricky. Have you got some Educating Ricky for me?
Got some education.
I need some education, Carl.
That's
I
kind of
desperately need some education. I want to learn about Chinese kids that are born hairier than average. I want to hear about deaf girls that can hear after their mum hits their head against a wall. These are the things I need to know.
I mean, I don't wish to be disrespectful. He doesn't look like a genius.
He doesn't look like
But then I
genius.
don't know what a genius looks like.
Exactly.
So,
Steve.
you know, I don't want to be an
look at Einstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His mum thought he was mental as a child.
Where'd you get that information from?
That was in the Einstein book.
Well, it was in the Einstein book, then it's presumably true.
Which Einstein book is that? His Theory of Relativity?
The big book of Einstein stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the big bumper book of Einstein stuff. It's for a coach trip, and you have to fill in E equals MC1 squared, 2 fish, or 3 hello, and then it's multiple choice, and you fill it. It's great. It's
Did his mum think, A, he was a genius, B, mental?
Most people go for A, but it is in fact B. She thought he was mental at the age of 28. Oh, Carl, you never let me down. You never let me down. So have you got Educating Ricky for me?
We've got Educating Ricky coming up.
We've got Rockbusters.
We've got Rockbusters.
Great
As seen and talked about in Heat.
In Heat magazine.
It's got really tough this week now. We're not messing about anymore.
Right.
Got some good prizes.
Absolutely, yeah, we'll talk about those later. Because, I mean, was it last week that you had the classic? Was it, I can't remember, I'm paraphrasing, Carl, apologies. Something like, I'm here in Texas, I've fallen in a puddle, and my knee has got wet.
Yeah. Wet Knee Houston.
Whitney Houston.
And
Yeah.
also, it was last week when there was a little bit of confusion over the one for Holly Valance.
Of
Right?
course. I don't think it was confusion, I think it was your error.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
And it was Holy Valance, and you meant Pelmet.
Then Becky, who called up that time and said, if you're getting mistaken with Pelmet, right, she sent me an email in a week saying, I've done a bit of research.
Yeah.
It was my fault. I've made an error.
Yeah.
It is a Valance.
Okay.
And I know about Valances. As I told you last week, at the very end, my auntie loves them.
Yeah.
Right? She makes them. She started off just like putting them on top of the sort of window around the curtain. And then she thought, I can do more with this. And she had a little coffee table that had magazines underneath. And she said, I'm sick of seeing them magazines when I'm sat down.
She sounds like a Pilkington.
So
I'm sick of seeing them magazines when I sit down.
So she put a Valance around the table.
She just got Valance around everything now. Right?
Then, next step, she tapes everything. She never actually watches telly. She tapes it all because she gets sick of listening to the adverts and that. Yeah. So she tapes everything. So she's got loads of videotapes and that. And the video used to get on her nerves. When she was watching a film, she'd see the clock changing. And it distracted her from the film. So she put a Valance around that.
That's genius.
Yeah.
So,
that is
or is it mental? Only Mrs. Einstein can tell.
I don't know. She's even made a little Jack Russell look like a hovercraft.
Yeah.
He's great.
So everything's got a Valance.
If you go round and you stand still for too long, the chances are she'll put a Valance around your head.
Yeah. This is this is Auntie who?
Auntie Nora.
And this is the one that farted for 5 minutes. Lest our listeners forget.
Lest we
farted
forget.
for 5 minutes, called his mum, saying I'm farting. 2 minutes into the fart.
She said about 2.5 minutes in.
God.
She said I'm about 2.5 minutes into
Well,
the
my
fart.
mum said, how long's it been going on for? She said, well, it was about 2.5 minutes before I called you.
Yeah.
And then it went on for a further 2.5 minutes or something. And then it stopped. And,
She couldn't time it because there was a Valance over the clock.
Yeah,
Because it used to annoy her when she was on the phone and you put her off seeing the
So
time.
she was
guessing it was 5 minutes.
This was one consistent fart.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't making a noise. It was just...
Oh, it wasn't making a noise.
Just gas.
Right. Endless gas.
So, there you
That's
go.
fantastic. Well, we started off with a new one. A little bit of Foo Fighters. We like new and old on this show, don't
Indeed,
we?
we like to mix it up.
I'd like to play the Smiths from their debut album, I Don't Owe You Anything. Red Hot Chili Peppers on XFM 104.9. Carl. Okay, Carl, one more.
Can't we just...
Don't get the but just because so far you've come up with nothing. What's the last one?
Give us the teaser clue
It
again.
was, I want to come here in hindsight.
I wouldn't have come here in hindsight.
Yeah.
Right, give me some education. This will be the thing that teaches me something. I can feel it in my bones. Come on.
There's a kid in Kenya. He was messing about with some beans.
Magic.
We guessed that as well. You did, yeah. He's fed up because we've guessed his puns, I think.
He put one of them in his ear.
Yeah.
the mum or the dad said, "Oh, what have you done that for?" or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll have to take you to the doctors now. So they took the kid to the doctors, and the doctor said, "Oh," he said, "I can get that out. I can sort that out for you." So he took it out, and the doctor said, "Right, that's £3.50." And the dad said, "I've only got £2.70 on me." And the doctor said, "Right, well," and he put the bean back in his kid's ear.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean,
A couple of questions from me, very quickly. Are you sure that those were definitely the sums involved, were they?
Well, the equivalent of whatever the deal with in Kenya.
Yeah.
It was the equivalent of
£3.50.
oh, so what currency was it, Carl, that you translated into sterling?
I don't know. No, it was saying in the thing. It said the equivalent of
£3.15, £2.70.
Is that? Did it say that?
Yeah. So
Did it say that?
Yeah.
Carl, look at me. Look at me. Did it say that?
Yeah. It said that was the.
Did it say that?
Yeah. Yeah, it did. It definitely said that. Definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Oasis, live forever on XFM 104.9. Right, we're in the swing of things. It's mine and Steve's favourite bit of the whole show. This is what we do this show for now. Educating Ricky.
Yeah.
Go for it, Carl.
Who said that learning can't be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for the one. What's the one about the butcher going down the butcher shop?
You've got get your kit on. We're off down the butcher's.
Yeah.
You going for that one?
Yeah.
Well, do you know the saying? Don't let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah. Well, don't give away a secret.
Right. Well, do you know how it came about?
No.
Well, ages ago. Before like
Ages ago. 17th century.
Yeah. Before like.
Yeah. 17's good. Yeah.
Before like proper butchers and Dewhursts and supermarkets and that, you used to get these blokes who sold meat. Right.
Butchers they were called then, I think.
Yeah. But the difference was they didn't stay in the same place. They moved about. Right. So they'd turn up on a street corner,
right,
and he'd have like loads of carrier bags of like
carrier bags.
Yeah, with meat in and that, and people would
plastic
be like,
carrier bags.
Yeah, with mobile butcher on them.
Yeah.
Right, so
and an email address.
Yeah, go on.
People went, right, yeah, I need some meat. Right, so they'd go up to this bloke and say, what have you got? And he'd say, well, I've got a you can have a bag full of pig, or you can have whatever, a bag full of chicken, whatever. Yeah. And they'd go, yeah, how much? They go, call it a fiver, whatever. Yeah. And they'd buy them, and to make more money, they didn't always fill the bag with what they said was in it.
Oh, and I thought that might be the case.
Right. Yeah. So what
did
they
used
used
to
to
do?
do?
Put cats in there.
Yeah.
But I don't see what.
Okay, so sometimes they would put a cat in the bag and pretend it was chicken or whatever else.
Yeah. So
why was a cat any cheaper than a chicken?
Because cats are wandering around the streets, aren't they? Chickens aren't. So they'd get a chicken. They put a chicken on the top so that when they look in it, they'd go, yeah, that's all right. Got a bag full of chicken. They'd get home to make the dinner, and they'd be like, what are we having tonight? And they'd go, well, you'll never guess. And they'd have like, well, you can have a chicken leg, and
but it wouldn't be a cat.
Yeah.
They'd have to defrost a pizza.
Yeah.
Did they mind that they were eating cat then? In those days?
He didn't say. He just was saying about the saying, don't let the cat out of the bag. It's like, if they see that, they're going to go mad.
Well, so it was the people that were doing this, it was the dodgy butchers that coined this phrase. Were they saying to each other, don't let the cat out of the bag? I.e., what I mean by that, Jack, is don't let them see the cat, what we've stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Dodgy butcher, there's another phrase, isn't it?
So that's the first one.
Is that a euphemism, or is it dodgy butcher?
As his meat delivered around the back.
Sure.
So that's that one. So let's get your kit on.
What does that mean?
It's a euphemism for homosexuality.
Okay. And meat, presumably, in that means different things.
It doesn't. It's a word that is also a male bird.
Would it mean chicken or cat necessarily in that context? Or well, I suppose it could.
Yeah. Carl's look at him. Carl looks at you like a cat. Yeah. Whenever we leave him behind, if we don't talk like straight at him and let him see our lips moving, and it's monosyllabic and very look, he's lost in that conversation there. He just drifted off, didn't you, Carl?
No, I just was also thinking on animals and that something else was going to use.
Go on. All right, that's aqualung. Good time's gonna come, innit? Right, Carl, come on in, educating Ricky. So, don't let the cat out of the bag, that's where that comes from. Comes from a crime. Well, we've had calls confirming that there was indeed a fetus or a stillborn child.
A pickled baby.
A pickled baby. No wonder it died. Born without a brain. But everyone has, pointed out that it wasn't a little fella.
It certainly wasn't a little fella.
No.
But because it had been in the jar for a long time, I think it had aged a bit.
What are you basing that on?
You do carry on growing, yeah.
Well, your ears and your nose.
Your ears and your nose. And your eyes don't grow, so you could probably,
I'll dig it out for you.
Yeah.
Imagine if like, there was an experiment where they were raising a child just based on the information that we said on the radio. What kind of a person
It was like
would they
download,
be?
yeah. And
What kind of information would they
and
have?
it took everything literally.
Exactly.
And I think, there's no irony or, it was just...
everything we said they assumed was fact. Everything that Carl said.
And
they
any
assumed was
question it had about the world, it could only ask Carl.
Exactly.
And it would
See,
be
now,
his-
this worries me because without wishing to be disrespectful in any way, Carl, you know I think you're the best man on earth. When you have a child, we could be in a situation a bit like that. Do you know, is it a concern for you, do you think, that like when your son's growing up or your daughter and they're asking you questions, you're conscious, I mean, you yourself have admitted that you have a sphere of knowledge which you are an expert on.
Ask your mother.
You'd say ask your mother.
That's good.
That's great, fair enough.
That's good.
And I'd play with it. I think I'd be a good dad.
Yeah, I think you would.
But I wouldn't be the one who's shouting at it.
No. Who would you get to shout at it? Probably Windsor Davis. He'd be good, wouldn't he? You horrible little man.
Well, I'd tell it the rights and wrong. You don't have to be a really bright person to know the rights and wrong in the world.
Yeah.
No, I think you are bright, Carl.
You are. And at what point in their life would you tell them about the evolution of the baguette, which you told us?
Or the story of the bee.
Yes.
That you scored once.
Or the two children. Would you ever get them to meet as maybe like that? They could be godparents. The friends you had at school.
Yeah,
with webbed
the
hands.
big heads and
Big
webbed
heads.
They
hands.
weren't my friends.
That weren't friends.
I wish we could track them down.
Oh, that'd be great.
I imagine they're in a zoo. Oh, wow.
Or
Yeah.
two big
A safari
jars.
park, yeah.
Two big jars. Industrial strength jars. Oh, dear. You're like our little fella in a jar.
Yeah.
It's
That's what we should do with you over the 3 months. Keep it in a jar, and we can have it in alternate weeks, like step parents or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Brilliant. Just you can.
Oh, me and Steve will fight for custody.
Yeah, it'll be a big jar though. You can put stuff in there.
You can have it. Won't be like full of water or vinegar or whatever they do. Or
You won't become pickled Carl.
No. It'd be like an big air chamber, and you're sat there, and it'd be like a little. What would he be in, an armchair or something?
It'd be in an armchair, and we'd have stuff in there, and we'd bring your girlfriend like once a week, and she'd go. No, we put a blanket over the top so we wouldn't, see anything.
But like the Big Brother household.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now that's a hell of a documentary.
Oh, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Carl in a jar.
But anyway, you're starting to think that you're getting melancholy now that you're just gonna sit at home. What are you gonna do every Saturday?
Dunno. Go shopping.
Let's sort out a jar. We've got to do the balloons before then as well. You've got to send you up in a balloon. Maybe we can send you up in a balloon and you come straight down into a big jar.
Yeah.
And they put
a giant cork in straight away.
yeah, and there's a big chair.
I'll tell you what we could do. We could set you adrift like Robinson Crusoe, set the ball and see where you end up.
If you find me, yeah. Oh, you might go to an uninhabited island or something.
People are phoning in
go
about
into
anything
space.
now, Rick.
Yeah.
We asked them to phone in about the jar thing. Switchboard lit up. It's crazy. You asked them to phone in about something sensible,
Yeah.
like Che Guevara or the life of
I
Winston
know the fact
Churchill.
that
There's nothing.
That is really a demographic sort of snapshot of our fans.
Our audience.
Ask them about a dead baby without a brain.
Oh, yeah,
And
straight
they're
on the
reaching
phone.
with their phones. They don't mind what their bill is that much.
We ask them for, great quotes or something
Yeah.
from the great philophers. Nothing.
They're just
ask
looking
them
at the
where
phone.
to buy, meths cheap. Straight on the phone.
Oh, do you know?
Someone just called in and said it's about he went, hello? Carl answers the phones. And I said, hello? He went, hello. He said, yeah, about putting Carl in a big jar. And Carl went, go on. And the bloke went, well, then you could call him Karl Pilkington. And he went, thanks. I love the bothering. I like Karl Pilkington. That's lovely. That's so sweet. He spent 50p to tell you that, and you were worried. You just saw you going up in a balloon and landing in a jar again, didn't you?
I always, if ever I've got like a question on anything, the internet's sat there and I can just go online and find out.
The internet is good,
It's brilliant.
but it's not all verified.
What do you mean?
It's not all verified.
It's not all necessarily factually accurate.
Anyone can put things onto the internet.
It's that it's freaks and things that put on things
one, right?
like
Here's one that I read in the week. Right?
Go on.
About this woman.
yeah.
She was a bit of a punk, and to get her hair done like she wanted it.
Super glue.
Right? No, she got lard. Apparently, it's a popular thing. You might know. Put lard on your head.
Yeah.
And you put it in the oven.
Oh.
Now, apparently, the heat that you get from the oven is different from the sort of heat you get from an hairdryer, right? And she had to do that to get the style that she wanted. But anyway, she comes into money or whatever, treats herself to a microwave, right?
It's not true.
Opens the door, jams the things, like the little catch, so the microwave works. She jams it with a screwdriver or a knife or something.
Yeah.
Puts the microwave on, sticks her head in, boils her brain.
Don't be ridiculous.
Right? Well, why is that ridiculous?
Boils her brain.
She boiled her brain.
She boiled her brain.
And this is what's good about the internet. I went straight from that, and there was a subject about brains. And do you know that Russell Crowe, when he dies, is given his brain to charity or something, some sort of some people who can do stuff with it.
She gave hers to Pot Noodle.
Vesta.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
boiling
sort
a
of stuff.
skull.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's
no.
not true, Carl.
It's the same as the woman who put her poodle in the microwave, isn't it? And all that.
Just urban myths.
They're urban myths.
But again, where does it start?
Someone made it up
yeah.
for a laugh.
They're just too convenient urban myths. Everyone said you can tell an urban myth's not true because it's always this happened to a mate of mine, and when you say what happened then, they go, don't know, that was it. Was it? Was that it? Was it? Someone boiled a brain and that was it. There was no more story.
Well,
Were there any dates, locations, times?
I think it was in Belgium.
There's that one that a bloke, right, was going to get a phone call at 4:00 to find out if his business was, okay, right? And if he didn't get the phone call, he knew he was broke, destitute. So dead on 4:00, the phone didn't ring. So he went up to the roof, his office, and he jumped off to commit suicide. And as he was passing his window, the phone was ringing.
Oh no.
Carl, it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Think it through.
Think it through. Who told that story? Who told that story? As he hit the pavement at 120 miles an hour.
He's the only person who could have known that series of incidents.
Also, why didn't
And
he
he's
wait?
dead.
As his life's at stake, why didn't he wait till 5 past? I'm going to give it 5 minutes just in
Just
case.
in case the lines are busy.
Yeah. And what sort of bloke goes out, I'll call you at 4, okay, if your business, well, call me anyway. No. If I don't call exactly 4, then, no, you commit suicide. Commit suicide. I would, because if I don't call at 4, that's the end of it. Well, call me anyway. No, that's not the way I work. Why can't you just call me and tell me the other way? Well, I'm telling you how I do it. If you're bust, I don't call. Can't you just call to verify in case something goes wrong? What if it's engaged? It won't be engaged. Just commit suicide at 4, please. It didn't happen, Carl. The other one, right? A bloke, right? He's on a train station, and I'll tell you how I heard it. He's waiting for a cruise station, whatever, and he shits himself. As you do. And so he goes, my train's in 5 minutes, So he runs across to Millets and goes, quick, Levi's, 36. The bloke just puts it in a bag, he runs onto the train, he goes into the toilet, takes his trousers and pants off.
He's soiled.
Yes. Throws them out of the window. I won't be needing those again. Cleans himself off, open the bags, it's a jacket.
Oh.
No, it didn't happen, Carl. At what point did he go into it and go, quick, Levi's 36? And the bloke went, sorry, Levi's 36, what, a pair? No. Shall I wrap them? Them? It? Shall I wrap? Just wrap whatever it is. Do you want to look? No. I'm not looking when you're putting it in the bag, please. Right? 36 ways to it. Well, don't say anything.
I've told you 36 Levi's. And put it in a bag and charge me for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to discuss it further.
Yeah.
There was one.
Here we go.
There was one about a woman whose husband died, and she had him cremated.
Yeah.
And made like a little egg timer out of him.
Right.
And she said, I did that so it can still help around the kitchen.
Well, that might be true. That might be a joke.
That's quite sweet.
That might be true.
It's a true story, again. It was all...
No, not again, because the ones I just told weren't. Nor is the boiling the brains in a bag curry microwave
Head story, true.
Yeah. They're two...
So, 3 stories. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. Enough is anus. And
we'll have that one then.
that one.
Yeah.
Right, well, do you believe in palm reading and stuff?
Yes.
Sorry, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Sorry, I forgot. Yes, of course we do.
Right, well, there's a fella who, he used to do palm reading.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people, he found that when he went up to him in the street and said, do you want your palm reading? He was like, a lot of them were like, I'm a bit ashamed of my nails and stuff because they're a labourer or they're a cleaner or something like that.
I know a lot of labourers are slightly embarrassed by their nails.
Yeah.
No, but...
Yeah.
So he found
Look at my bloody hands, Reg.
Well,
That's that hod carrying.
did I ever tell you that? Did I ever tell you that I got picked at school to make tea and serve biscuits to old people because I've got good nails?
No, go on. Is there any more to the story?
Well, that's about it. I mean, we used to do like, I think the head teacher must have been getting something, maybe getting his mum in there for free or something in this old people's home. So he offered the kids at the school, he said, right, all sit at your desk and put your hands on the table. And everyone did. And he walked past mine and he said, not bad, not bad. Yeah. And he said, you've got the afternoon off. You can go and serve biscuits and tea to the old people.
What did you say?
I said, all right then.
Was
good.
that? Yeah.
Good afternoon. But anyway,
what did he do?
He just sort of walked around and went, you all right? Do you want bourbons or digest?
I bet you get on with old people, wouldn't you? I'd love to see, maybe
Especially the senile ones.
Yeah, no, but I'd love to see you on VH1, just in a link. They just go, they've just played Robert Palmer, right? And it comes to you in a little park, and you just sit next to an old lady and go, alright? And you go, yeah, not too bad. You go, what do you think of London? Crap, innit? And she goes, yeah, it's awful, innit? And you just have a talk, and you go, right, well, she doesn't like it, in excess. Yeah. That's what I'd like to see.
I still think my idea is better, but... So what are you going for then? Oh, you've picked one, haven't you? Yeah, so this fella...
So there's palmists going around the streets.
Yeah, he's going round...
randomly trying to give palm readings.
They're losing money, hand over fist.
Yeah.
Right. So they said he's what he's done. He's reading people's bottoms now.
Sorry, whoa. You just, I didn't quite follow that. He was a palm reader. That wasn't making money. So now he's going up to people in the street and saying, "Can I see your arse?"
Basically, yeah.
So from being a palmist to an arsonist.
Well, they just that's what he does. He said these same sort of lines and that you get on your hand, you get them on your bottom, and he can read them.
Right.
Yeah, he's not a pervert or anything, or making up as he goes along.
No, that's it. That was that.
So, if a man came up to you in the street and said, "Can I have a look at your arse?"
Can I read your arse?
You'd drop your trousers, would you?
No. If he went up to him and he said, "Oh, I'd rather you didn't, because I'm a labourer. I've got bad fingernails."
No, that's why I've seen. That's what a lot of labourers, they're showing their cleavage. You think, but actually they're having their arse read.
Absolutely.
That's that's what it is.
And then
So is that the end of the story?
Yeah. But then because...
That's it. Educating Ricky is there's a bloke who reads arses.
No, but
you're a
then,
mentalist.
But
what are you talking about?
Educating Ricky, will we carry on?
Yeah.
Right, you've got left. Which one are we doing?
No, do the bughead one.
Right, well, the bughead one. Well, we've talked a lot about animals and that, haven't we, without heads.
Surprisingly, we have. I think a disproportionate amount on it.
If you're a new listener and this is the first time you've listened, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, we've done all that. We've covered worms, the way if you cut their head off it grows back if you don't cut too high above its neck. We've covered
the chicken.
The fella who blinked.
Yeah. I can't go into it again.
Right.
Let's not go into it again.
We've had the chicken with no head that lived for 8 months.
Yeah.
And we've had cockroaches.
The cockroaches living for a week without an egg.
Right, okay.
Well, it's a bit more on the cockroach front, really.
Right.
They've found, right, that if you get a cockroach and you cut its head off, right, and then you find a cockroach that's still got its head, but it hasn't got any legs.
Right.
Right, it's not over for both of them, right? Because what you can do, you get the one that's got the legs,
Right.
with no head, sort of running around. Get the one with the head, sit it on top of it.
Right.
Get a little tube.
Okay.
So that the fluids.
So is this auntie's go out of the
Let
room?
him finish.
This is like Blue Peter.
Let him finish.
You could get this for Christmas.
Right, you get a little tube, you sit that on top so the bodily fluids are still running between the two.
Right.
The head of the one on the top will control the feet of the one on the bottom.
Okay.
What about
Good.
And will it continue to live?
that? Yeah.
Okay, you don't know that for sure, do you?
That was just a question out of the blue he wasn't expecting.
Well, what do you think of that?
Good, yeah, it's great. Yeah, just a primitive nervous system that can, yeah.
Did you expect us to be more impressed and excited by that? Did you fall off your chair when you read that? Did you literally topple off? Going,
Did you
cartoon?
think you were going to be the Frankenstein of the insect world?
Yeah.
No, I just was thinking if they can do that, you know,
With them, can they do it with humans?
Because I also did a bit of research
course
on.
you did.
Did you come to the sort of conclusion that apart from the moral aspect of it, that the human was probably more complicated than?
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Things move on, don't they? Do you know what I
Modern
mean?
science, Rick.
You know, I had Binatone as a kid. Now they've got PlayStation 2, and the difference in 10 years.
They
is
have
amazing.
found that if you lose your head, a cockroach can live normally on your body, but not the other way around. Your head on it cannot control its legs because it's too complicated for your brain.
Well,
So, yeah.
so listen, right?
Okay. Yeah.
We've got one more bit left.
Brilliant.
One more fact. The French, right, when they were at war,
David Sharma, I just imagine him just introduced it. It's amazing.
Which war was this?
it was still the World War...
One or two.
World
Go
War
on,
II.
it's 50-50. Go on. yeah.
Right, World War II, what the French did, everyone needs a code.
Everyone needs a code. Yep.
A code when you're in the army.
This is
and
a Disney song.
that. And, you know, to sort of give the go-ahead if you want to go into battle and stuff.
Okay.
Right? So,
Needs a code.
but the weird thing
Game
is,
show.
right, the weird thing is, do you know what theirs was?
Go on. Do you?
Yeah, I know what it is. It's
So what
a bit
was the
weird.
French code?
For what?
To sort of say, right, yeah, go on,
But they had more than one.
on this day.
But I don't know what day it is.
On
All
this
right.
day.
And what, it's like saying, what am I thinking of? What was the battle? What was the...
Okay, so all right. What?
Look at him, look at him. Look, he's genuinely confused that I've asked this question. Right.
It was...
No. If you ask me a question, ask me the question correctly. What was the code for battle during what battle?
World War II.
No, that's not a battle. That's a war.
Yeah, it was in a war, yeah.
I don't know what to do. He confuses people.
All right. Okay. What was it, Carl? What was the?
Yeah.
code?
What
was
are
the
you
French
thinking
code?
of? Right.
John's got a moustache.
What are you talking
My
about?
lungs are gonna burst.
That was a code that the French used. You know, like, I mean, I just think it's a bit daft, right? Because you could come up with that by mistake.
yeah. Two French blokes talking in the trenches, and they see a major walk past, and they go, "Oh, look, John's got a moustache," and they all go and go, "No, I was just talking. What are you talking about?"
Well, the way... I don't think that's a good code. I'm not...
I
you
don't
know-
believe it is the code.
No, it is, seriously.
And what?
And
It's
would
just
it,
like
would it
what
have
we
been?
talked
Would it have
about
been
it.
said in French?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the weird,
Guess in. Yeah.
No, but...
What?
You see, I can't even be bothered.
What are you saying, Carl?
Because it's not a very good code. Do you know, like we've talked in the past about, you know, things you don't see, and I said, an old man eating a Twix.
Yeah.
If they use that's safe. Because no one is ever going to see a man having an old man having a Twix.
What do you mean?
Well, use that as a code. Don't use a saying, John's got a moustache, that could crop up. It's like the war's kicked off. How did that happen? Well, I said John had a moustache. Oh,
Two French folks would never be saying John's got a moustache. Why would they?
Because back then they were fashionable.
He nearly makes sense, doesn't he?
I assume it would have been Jean.
Yeah. No, probably John.
And how would this code have been I mean, who would have announced
I
this
just
to
read
everyone?
it. I read it like that, Steve. That's what was on the internet. This is a code that was used. John's got a
Don't be
moustache.
angry with me.
I know, but you're always asking questions.
But that's because I'm interested in history.
Yeah. Go on, Carl.
Got that right. Acid. I would sort you out with some science.
Brilliant. I forgot the puns in mind, didn't I? I forgot the puns. Go on.
Right, so, you asked to sort of be taught some science and that last week after being taught about war. So, did some research. And, there's a few things. I think we'll just cover one of them now.
Go on.
We talked a lot about hairy kids.
We have
I
discussed that a
love
lot.
the fact that Simon Sharma has never started a programme like that. The Jacobites. We've talked a lot about hairy kids. Go on.
It's a little bit, I mean, it's not your traditional science stuff, but it's still
More left
interesting and it's a little bit, it's still...
Yeah, we've talked about hairy kids. We have disproportionately, honestly. I think this show's talked about hairy kids more than any other radio show.
Well, it's one that...
Sorry, I noticed both of you there dropped the H, or the H, or however it's
I
pronounced.
had to, 'cause
So
it-
airy,
airy
obviously
kids,
means
yeah.
hairy.
Yeah.
Hairy children, not
Yeah,
sort of
kids.
airy, kind of light-headed or...
Yeah.
Well, there was the case of the one who lived in China.
Yeah.
And,
Which was weird for two reasons, wasn't it?
yeah.
Well, go on.
One was, like, he was covered in hair,
That's already weird.
and the doctor sort of checked him over and said, well, yeah, he is hairy, but he's quite healthy, apart from he had a little bit of eczema and a boil. That was the main bit of the story, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But this one, right, we have sort of talked about it, and you weren't having any of it at the time.
What?
This next bit of science I'm telling you about.
Go on
Right? Remember when I told you about a lad who was living at home with his mum and dad, right? Everything's, normal life, go to school, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Then, I think his mum and dad had an argument, and it kicked off a bit, and he thought, I'm sick of this. It's happening all the time now. They kept having arguments, so the kid ran off into the woods,
Oh,
Yeah.
right?
God.
Now, he left, he went and ran in the woods, and he ended up living with some monkeys,
Right.
right? And he thought, this isn't a bad life, there's no arguments going on.
Sure.
He was getting on with them. And the
He
weird
loves
thing
bananas.
is, this is where the science bit comes in.
Oh,
Sure.
He grew a load of hair on his body.
That's not true. It's not true.
It is true.
It's an acquired characteristic.
I bet someone will back me up on this.
But no, you can't. You can't grow hair like that. You might get a little bit more down here. The erectile tissue might, they won't fall out as much. That would, but you don't actually grow a big mane if you're cold and you're a human.
Well, he did. This lad did. I know it sounds a bit strange and that, but he was living with the monkeys, and because it was cold, his body reacted to it.
Listen. He was no hairier than he would have been if he was walking around naked on a cold day, with or without living with monkeys.
The fact that he was living with monkeys makes no difference.
No, I know, but I'm trying to get, picture it in your head what it's like.
Although Mickey Dolenz was always pretty hairy.
Right? So he was living with them, and he went into town or something one day
Oh, yeah.
to get some food, and the people there were like, hang on a minute, that isn't a monkey.
Well, he went in naked.
No, he was there covered in hair.
Yeah, but naked, but covered in hair, so it was decent. It was.
Yeah. But they that was a weird thing. They thought it was a monkey in the shop. And then they
So
went,
presumably he had a big long beard as well, because he couldn't shave, could he?
no, he was just covered. He looked like a monkey.
And they were happy to serve the monkey, were they? There's the monkey, he's
How
buying
did he
a
walk?
newspaper and
How
some
did he
milk.
walk? How did he walk, Carl? Did he walk upright or whistling along?
The picture that I saw on the internet, he was on all fours, but I
Course
don't
he
know if
was.
that's when he was
Course he
running
was.
away after they'd sort of, realised he was a kid. But this was a
So he was
picture.
a kid as well. He wasn't even like an adult with the beard.
No, he was a kid.
Brilliant.
And
The
the
beard
people
kicked in a little bit
So
earlier.
listen, so the
Go on.
people caught him.
You're an idiot.
The people caught him.
Yeah.
Shaved him. Right. Got it all off. Didn't grow back again.
Right.
It just.
You're an
grew.
idiot.
Well, like I say, people will have heard this story or read about it.
You're
and
an
they'll-
idiot.
And they'll email in. They don't let me down.
And they'll agree that you're an
And
idiot.
no, they'll have seen the story.
You're an idiot.
So there's a little bit of science.